Hello, I am Marisha. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to share with you how I created this fun spring themed table setup. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to decorate my bunnies. Now, this poor little bunny, when I got him out of the bag, his little ear broke, but that's okay because I'm going to put him back together. So I brought in my handy dandy glue gun and I attached the ear back to the head. Now, this bunny is basically foam covered in fuzz. That's the best way I could describe it. Foam covered with fuzz. Next, I'm going to remove the ribbon from around its neck. Now, here's the thing. If you are going to recreate this project, you can decorate your bunny any way you want to. Now, I found these bunnies at Michael's around Easter. They may still have some, maybe not. If they're there, they may be on clearance. Check Hobby Lobby, check your local craft store. If not, hopefully they'll bring them back next spring. Just check around and see if you're able to find them. Maybe Amazon too. So I picked up these flowers also from Michael's, and I'm going to make kind of like a floral headband. So I'm going to cut off the little stems, and then I'm going to adhere the flowers to its head. Once I'm done, I'm going to then create the floral arrangement around its neck. So first, I'm going to just add a little bit of glue to the front and tie the ribbon around its neck. Did I measure the ribbon? Absolutely not. I didn't. When it comes to creating, a lot of times I don't do measurements. Now in card making, I still don't do measurements half the time. I mean, when I start creating, I just get in my zone and just let it flow. I don't think about math or anything half the time, but yeah, I just eyeballed the ribbon, and as you see, I'm just tying it around its neck. I did a double knot just to make sure it's secured, and you may be wondering, why did I add the little bit of adhesive glue in the front? I did it to keep the ribbon in place. Now I'm going to create a bow. So I'm taking my ribbon and I'm going to wrap it around twice and form it into a ribbon. Then I'm going to scrunch the middle, and then I'm going to cut the ribbon. I'm now scrunching and holding the center of my bow, and I'm going to add some glue to the center because I'm going to adhere a piece of ribbon to the center of my bow. Once I finish wrapping the ribbon around the center of my bow, I'm then going to add some more glue just to make sure it is secured. Now I'm going to position and adhere the bow to my rabbit. And you know what? Come to think of it, I'm using a lot of glue. Look, I just want to make sure that everything is secured and nothing falls off on these centerpieces, okay? I'm going to hold the bow in place just to make sure that it is secured. I like to do that sometimes when I use hot glue on my projects because sometimes until the glue has cooled, the materials sometimes move and shift. So I just want to make sure that the bow doesn't move. So once I'm done, it is on to the next step. This little bunny is almost done, but first, before we're done, we want to add some flowers to the bow. So I'm going to bring in a few flowers and greenery and just position it on the bow. Once I'm happy with the arrangement, I'm then going to adhere them. And I highly encourage you just to experiment with the placement of your floral arrangement. There's no right or wrong way, I believe, in doing this. It's whatever vision that you have for your project. I encourage you to bring your vision to life. I know for me, sometimes when I'm creating my projects, if it gets to a point where it's not coming out how I envisioned, sometimes I'll just walk away and then come back later and try again. I am an advocate for creative identity. Embrace your creative thumbprint. Once I'm done with my floral arrangement, I'm then going to bring in my scissors and cut the ends of my ribbon. Now, I like to cut at an angle, and then sometimes I will either leave the ends as is, a little frayed, or depending on the fabric of the ribbon, I will bring in a lighter and just burn the ends. This was such a fun project. I loved creating these little bunny centerpieces. The other one that I created off camera, so I'm not going to show you that until the end when I show you the setup of my table. But this little guy is done. Now the back of his ear is just a little damaged still, but it's okay. It is fine. I'm going to have it set up to where no one will even notice. Now, I could have maybe brought in some paint that matches the rabbit and then just paint the little white area, but it was fine. Or I could have added flowers around the back of the ears as well, but it's fine. Totally fine. Here is the table that I am setting up for my crafty event. This is an 8-foot table. I first added ivory crinkled linen. There goes Molly in the left-hand corner. I then added a grass runner and an ivory runner to the center. And I apologize, I didn't get to record me setting up the table, but here is the final result. A very fun spring themed table. Instead of place cards for my guests, I decided to cut their names from mirrored cardstock using my Cricut. So I placed that, as you see, right along the plates. I also added a candelabra to the centerpieces along with a few gold votive candle holders. Now on the right hand side, you'll see that there is a bunch of flowers right there. I created that just to fill in that emptiness because I wanted the center to be full but not overcrowded. I actually created this table for a crafty event that I hosted in person here in Charlotte. We actually created Crocs, so we blinged Crocs that day. We had so much fun. I really enjoy teaching classes. It is one of my absolute favorite things. It brings me so much joy, especially the in-person classes, because we have so much fun and fellowship. It just really brings me so much joy. And you know what else brings me joy? You. Thank you so much for joining me on today. I appreciate you as always for your love and support. Thank you in advance for subscribing, clicking the thumbs up button and the notification bell so you never miss out on tutorials. I am sending you love and a whole lot of hugs. Until my next crafty project, please take care.